Okay.
First off, I want you to just take us back a little bit. Stop Self-Sabotage, which was amazing. That was your first book.
Yes.
What made you write that book? And just tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so I felt like self-sabotage was a universal problem that people would acknowledge. They would even say things like, oh, I sabotaged that. But then a lot of times they would just move on and there would be no solution, or people would just look dejected by that and say, well, I'm just constantly sabotaging myself, and it's just sort of this aside that they say. So I felt like it was important to write a book to provide practical, evidence-based advice about how you can eradicate those patterns, and also just to destigmatize it, because I think so many people think, well, it's just me, I'm the one getting in the way of my own goals. But because it's such a universal problem and we all do it from time to time, I was hoping that with my book we could really shine that light on the fact that, hey, you know, we all do this sometimes, but if you find that it's becoming a bigger problem in your life, then let's do something about it. And there's something you can do. So I came up with a 6-step program that was based on the work I was doing with my clients and also from the research I had done. And it was really interesting, fun, and a great challenge to write that book. And I've been really encouraged by how many people it has helped. So then I was thinking, okay, I want to write another book because I want to say something about what is that next level? What is that next level of self-development after self-sabotage? What's really underneath the self-sabotage? And that really all goes back to attachment and the first bonds that you form as a human being on this earth with the important people you have in your life. And that's really the impetus for saying that this should be my follow-up book. So the new rules of attachment, which I'm so excited about, is a deep dive into how attachment bonds and early attachments can shape a lot of our lives. In common media, I feel like a lot of the attention is on romantic relationships. It's on, well, how did my early attachment bonds with important caregivers and adults in my life, how does that color my perception of who I am in a love relationship and who I am as a romantic partner? And while that is true, I think that people don't realize that attachment actually affects you in all areas of life. It's not just your romantic relationships. It's how you go about your work and how you set goals for yourself, both in personal and professional endeavors. It's about how you relate to your family and your colleagues and your friends. And most of all, it has something important to do with how you see yourself. The way that we conceptualize ourselves, the way that we have self-esteem and think about our views of ourselves. All of that has roots in your attachment, because those are the first important pieces of information that you get when you come into this world and you're trying to figure out who you are and how people are going to react to you, as well as the kind of outcomes that you're likely to achieve if you put your mind to it.